Good morning. It is Sunday and we are cooking again. This is Elif with Cafe, and today we have another Sunday morning with Cooking with Kahve. And today we are working with Thanksgiving leftovers. I know Thanksgiving hasn't come yet, but I figured I would be proactive so then you could kind of mull this around of whether or not you wanted to add a couple of extra ingredients in your fridge with that big humongous turkey to be ready for the day after Thanksgiving, from when you have to deal with all of those fixings and stuffings and turkey. So today we're going to have some fun, and it's super easy. So I think it's going to be a good time. So first off, I have main ingredient, which is Phyllo Dough. So there's quite a few difference between Phyllo Dough. Not all Phyllo Dough is the same. If you have watched a lot of my live streams before, they are different thicknesses. This one is, where am I? This way. Okay. This is a 10. This is a number 10 thickness, which means it's easier to handle than the regular baklava Phyllo Dough because it is thicker and more pliable and more I guess, dough-like. So for comparison, a baklava dough package would have a number 4. So as you can see, it's more than twice as thick. So we're going to be working with that. And we have a handy dandy little pizza wheel. Pick these up at Standard Restaurant Supply. They were like 20 cents. And we have some fixings. We have cranberry sausage stuffing. We have mashed potatoes. And of course we have cranberry sauce and turkey. Now you can add in whatever leftovers you have. So if you have those kinds of wonky green beans with the onion thingies, you can add those too. I would just probably chop them up a little bit because rolling and spiraling with long green beans not going to work out so much. So chop them up a little bit before you do that. The other thing is that I would also save some of your gravy so that after it comes out, you can have it as like a little dipping sauce, because that would be super yummy, I think. Anyway. Okay, so we've got our stuffing, our mashed potatoes, cranberry sauce, and our turkey. So those are our leftovers. We have our Phyllo Dough, and we have a little bit of milk because we need an egg wash, and we have some eggs. So first off, I'm going to prepare my egg wash. There's my little bowl for my shells. So I'm going to use 6 eggs. Sometimes you need a little more. Sometimes you need a little less. But my average is about 6. So I'm just going to crack them in. One more. And then I'm going to add my milk and mix it up so that's ready. You want to get everything ready to go before you open up your Phyllo Dough package. Because when you open up your Phyllo Dough package, you're on a time limit because it will dry up. Even though it's a thicker dough, it's still going to dry up. So I'm going to add some milk. Put that over here. I'm going to mix this up. All right, that is done. The other important tool, pastry brush. This is important. Okay, so we've got that, we've got this, and now we're gonna open up our dough. Put that over there. Open up our dough. So you only get about 12-ish sheets out of this dough as compared to about 23, 24 sheets in a regular baklava package. So let's unfold this. Way easier to work with than regular Phyllo Dough because it is thicker. Okay, so I have these all out and we're going to start. The first one, you're going to make your little spiral and stick it in the center, and then we're going to move this so you can kind of see. Then you're going to spiral it all around. We're going to add all the flavors in one, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my chicken, my mashed potatoes, and gravy in one, and then the next one I'm going to add my stuffing. So I'm going to do like an every other roll with a different filling kind of thing. So this is kind of how we're going to work today. So first, you brush the heck out of your dough. Now, working with this dough, you need moisture or else it's going to taste like paper. So if you don't have enough egg wash on your dough before you roll it, one, it will dry out and it will split on the side. And two, when you cook it, it's going to taste like tough paper. So then I'm going to take my turkey and I'm just going to make a little thin little line. I go about 2 fingers, like 2 to 3 fingers up from the bottom of the dough because I want to be able to lift it and fold it over without it splitting. And then I'm going to take my mashed potatoes and I just kind of like sprinkle some. Again, you don't want a big thick layer of stuff because remember, you've got to roll this. And if it's overstuffed, you're not going to be able to roll it. And then we have the cranberry sauce. And I just drizzle that on. Now, if you like cranberry sauce like I do, you might add a little bit more. There we go. And then you take it, and you take just one, and I pull it, and I flip it, and you see how I kind of flatten this out so it kind of like gets stuck, and then I roll it in. And I'm already splitting, and that's okay. I get to the end, and I pull it back. Now, phyllo dough is very forgiving because once you get it on there and brush it, you can't tell that it's split. But you can totally tell that mine has split. See? It's split. So I put it in the center, and always brush this one in between each layer because you want, again, more moisture to kind of absorb so that you don't have that papery feeling, okay? So we got that in the center. We're just gonna keep going. So this next one, I'm gonna do the sausage, and I'm just gonna do sausage. I don't know, maybe I'll add a little cranberry sauce because I like cranberry sauce. And this one has a lot of extra flour in between the leaves to keep them from sticking. You don't need to wipe any of that away. It is all okay and will cook in with the rest of your dough. Okay, so now I'm gonna, that was precarious. We're gonna grab my stuffing. So I have a cranberry sausage stuffing that I'm adding because, as you know, I like cranberries. I'm gonna add this. And because I like cranberries, I'm going to probably add a little bit more cranberry sauce because I like cranberries. And it also adds a little bit of moisture too, which is fun. All right. Pick it up again, fold it over, flatten it out, tuck it, and roll it. And this one, so what you want to do when you place it is you want to place it where the last one ended. Well, I have a casualty. See, even people who know what they're doing, it all splits. See, I'm going to show you. It split, and it's okay because it's all going to cook together, and you're never going to know. Okay? I kind of just try to like push it up against the next layer, and we just keep going. So we're going to do this, and you'll probably get the entire box on this. I think it's, 16-inch little pizza thing. And you'll probably have a couple extra sheets left over where you can do your individual ones, which is like an individual portion size. Now, these can be either cooked and frozen, or they can be wrapped and frozen so that you can bake it another time. So this is a nice way to have your Thanksgiving all year long if you have, room in your freezer for something like this, which I do not have because I have a sugar house home. All right, I'm going to grab some mashed potatoes. There we go. And we've got our cranberry sauce. are. Ooh, it's a little heavy-handed on the cranberry sauce with that one. Okay. And I didn't go as far as I wanted to, so I have a little bit trickier roll. All right, we tucked. We're rolling. We're going to start again right around here. And you can do this with any sort of leftover. So it doesn't have to be Thanksgiving, but if you have like a stew or something with vegetables and you are tired of it, or a chili or anything that you have a lot of, you can totally do this. I just love using the thicker phyllo dough because it just lends itself to all sorts of different ways of using it. You can also layer it in a pan if you want to, in a tray. This will fit in a basic cookie sheet. So if you just want to make it easy on yourself and not have to deal with the rolling, you can totally just do each layer in the cookie sheet. And then once you got through about halfway of the filling, then you can, not filling, the phyllo sheets, then you can add the filling. And you can layer that puppy up as much as you want. And then you would just finish up the rest of the phyllo dough and then cut it into squares. All right, so we're starting over on that side. There we go. See, doesn't take long at all. Oh, I need to brush again. Last week when I was doing this for the cafe, I got a little distracted because I have a habit of getting squirreled and was on the phone with some random spam caller, and I forgot to do the egg wash between one of the layers. Oh man, it was like I was chewing into paper, and it just drove it home how much we need moisture in the thing. All right, so that was that one. So we need to go back to our turkey. And our mashed potatoes. And again, you don't need a lot, you just need enough. If it's too much, it's just going to be too thick. And also, you won't get all of the different layers. Okay, there's that one. Come here, little dough. Flip it over, pat it down, and we tuck. I'm going to lift and wrap it around this way. See how this doesn't take long at all? You have to have all of your supplies though ready to go, because you cannot be stopping in the middle of it to add, to chop more things. The phyllo dough just won't last. And that is the beauty of phyllo dough. It's nice when you're ready, but man, it is a devil to work with when it gets a little bit dry. Last Friday when I was making a ton of these for the market, man, I was a pissy little girl because it kept sticking and ripping. And yes, I had a bit of a potty mouth when I was trying to roll this. Okay, now we want our stuff. Okay. I think this is going to be my last bit of the stuffing. Still going to add a little bit of cranberry sauce. Okay. There we go. We'll probably get 2 more out of this. And then at the end, I'm going to show you how to do the individual one. Okay. That. Brush it. Okay, let's see how many more we can fit. I have my oven preheating to 350. So, and once it's done, you just stick it in the oven until it's brown. So it's going to be about 20 or 30 minutes, depending on your oven. Some ovens cook and brown faster than others. So as they do in Turkish cookbooks, you cook it until it's done. my team here in the kitchen are like, well, how long do we keep it in here for? And I'm like, until it's done. And they just shake their head because, I'm like, I don't have any other answer for you people. This is Turkish cooking. You put it in until it's done. Half the time we're winging it, and this is how it flows. So, but don't get squirreled like me and go sit and have a cup of tea with one of your besties on the porch and then go, oh shit, I forgot stuff in the oven. Yeah, we burned like a whole tray of borek a couple weeks ago because we all went out and had tea on the porch because it was a beautiful day. Yeah, I've learned timers are a good thing. Timers are definitely a good thing, especially when you're making borek, because they can burn in a minute if you forget about them. All right. That, I think I'm going to try to smush in one more. These are highly smushable, so you can totally squeeze them in and push all of the other ones over, even though you think you don't have any room. So we're going to try to do that with this last one. Okay. This is the last one that's going to go in. And then after it's done, I'm going to put a little bit more of the egg wash. I'm going to pour some right over it, so you're going to have even more moisture on that. All right. We've got, they're just dropping everywhere. I'll do this. I'm going to go a little crazy and add the last little bit of my stuffing. Break that one up a bit. A little bit more of our mashed potatoes. And our cranberry sauce. Get down here. All right. Roll it, tuck it. Now we're gonna smush it in the side because I am like 2 inches off from being complete spiral, and that kind of irks me a bit. Oh, let's see how we can do this. Smush it. See, we can smush. It's very forgiving. Smush. There we go. Ta-da! We have officially succeeded in smushing. Okay. One side is obviously going to be a little bit bigger than the other, so you can give that to your favorite person because they can have the extra thicker one. I'm going to pour a little bit more on the top, kind of pull it out and spread it a little bit. Okay, now what we're going to do is do one last one just as a spiral so you can show. You can see how this all works. You can do these all individual if you want, and you can cook all of them as an individual spiral, and then you can freeze each one. Okay. Let's see if we'll be successful with an individual spiral at the end of the dough, because the dough has been sitting here for a few minutes, so it's kind of a crapshoot. All right. Go. A little bit more chicken. I'm going to use up the rest of our potatoes. Ooh, I like that everything is all evening out. That makes me so happy. Okay. Ta-da. Look at that. We used all our yummies. Look at that. How cool. I'm going to tuck it, cinch it. I don't think we're going to be very successful in making an individual spiral, but we're going to try. Nope, we're not crazy successful. See, I told you they split. So I am just going to, if I'm going to put it on a pan, I will probably put it on the pan with the butt side that's split into the corner. So we're just going to place that right there for right now. And that is it. And I have one sheet left over, which is perfect for setting up my live stream for Tuesday. Now, when you put this in the oven, you need to get under it with both hands because, as you can see, it is a floppy, okay? So we've got that. So always have your oven door open so you can put it in, because this is not, I'm going to balance this with one hand and open the door. I've tried, and then I said, I don't think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to put that in the oven in just a second. But I wanted to say thank you for joining me this Sunday. I'm going to go put this in the oven, and then I'm going to eat some because I haven't eaten breakfast because I saved room for this for today. Happy Thanksgiving, and enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.